problem? Would anyone else like to say something about why we're here? What's the problem? Why did we all gather up? This is hard to do, to gather all of these entities together in one room. Hala?
I do not want to be chopped down.
Oh, Mr. Tree, you do not want to be chopped down?
Agreed.
And that's why you're here? To defend yourself and your right to exist?
And keep the house person safe.
Oh!
And I do not want to fall down because the cliff eroded and I'm hard to cliff.
Wait a minute.
Me too.
Mr. and Mrs. Tree, you said keeping you in place actually keeps the house guy safe? Even though he wants to chop you down, you're saying that you existing right here keeps him safe?
Yeah, and then the house might crash into the ocean if we don't have any strength to hold the soil.
Oh. House guy, have you thought about this? Okay. Houseman, do you have anything to say in return?
If I do take down the tree, then I can just make it into paper, and then after I can move my house up there, and then some trees can grow down there.
Okay, so you think some trees can grow down here instead on the cliff?
But your house is right there. Houseman?
And Houseman, are you saying that you'll give the paper to the community? You'll chop down the tree and make it into paper for the schools and the community?
Yeah.
Wow, we use a lot of paper at Spruce. We always use paper. Would anyone like to respond to Houseman or Spirit of Sarah Winnemucca? Fish.
I agree with the spirit of Sarah Winnemucca because when she mentioned about the fish, I agree with her because from my perspective, I agree about the rocks falling into my house.
Right, you mentioned that earlier. Thank you. Would anyone like to respond? Crab, are you raising your arms? Okay, Crab.
Remember when I said my home is in the street?
I do remember you saying your home was destroyed because of erosion. May I restate what you just said to make sure everyone heard it? You tell me if I got it wrong. Crab says, because of the erosion, he's being forced out of the home he chose, that he loved. He's now trying to live deeper in the ocean where there's more predators, more pollution. And that's it, and that's a problem for his survival. He wants to defend his original choice of home. And he's thinking of his children, he says. He's got children to protect.
I'm sorry that I was trying to take your room away, but actually, Builder Man, this is, well, not actually, this is a model that we made, and take down this tree, right? Again. I'll take down half of it. And it'll sound like this. Let me get a picture.
Sure.
It'll just slide down here. But then how it'll fit, it'll make the cliff more smaller. And then it'll kind of crack the road. And it'll make like a kind of flood. And it'll impact my
Oh, gosh. We haven't even talked about the floods yet.
And it'll impact my house.
Okay. Thanks for the sound effect. Building guy?
I was gonna disagree with Christian, the Duckerson thing.
Okay.
Because if I do cut one tree, then I would hurt Mr. and Mrs. Tree behind, and I don't want to do that.
You,
I was
okay.
trying to do that at the beginning.
Well,
But
but
I disagree with
Dolphin. So what I'm hearing Builder Guy say is he's changing what he's thinking. He's expanding to consider, he's considering trees. He hadn't considered them before. He's considering Jefferson. So people and entities can change their minds when they learn new information and new ways of thinking. Mother Nature.
So I have a connection to the cliff.
Okay.
Since I am the
you heard what Cliff was asking for, and you'd like to bring more trees to him. We're starting to have solutions. I like it. Do you have anything to say about that, Cliff?
Thank you, Mother Nature. I would really like that. Because since I'm the Mother Nature, I have to care about the earth.
So that's what's motivating you. Great. Would anyone else like to say something about that? Builder guy?
I thought of the situation.
Okay, tell us about the situation.
So if I destroy my house and then just move up the mountain, not cut the tree, but
This is nest,
and then I can, when I look out the window, I can see the trees and the duck.
Oh, so if you positioned your house somewhere else, maybe you could appreciate seeing a tree and
Like
that.
right here.
So changing what you're hoping for a little bit, and maybe you didn't know that there was something beautiful happening inside of this tree. Okay. Reese, how do you feel about that?
I want to thank you, Mother Nature, for that, for planting more trees too, because now me and Mr. Tree have backup to hold the cliff.
And we won't die. Us sea animal won't die if Mother Nature gets more trees. Or if the builder guy just chops that one tree, but he'll still have a whole bunch of trees over there.
And there will be more oxygen for the humans, and the house person won't die. And I'll have more bread.
And the trees will work. It sounds like you're getting closer to an agreement. Okay, Fish, you look passionate.
So this might be a sacrifice,
Ooh, okay.
but I think the Cliff will like it.
Okay,
So
Cliff, attention please, Cliff.
what I'm thinking is, if you let wind erode you, that could lead to dispersal of tree seeds, and then it would be more trees on you, but it would be less of the cliff.
Ooh, he said sacrifice. So can you describe for us what Cliff would be sacrificing to grow more trees?
His part of the cliff.
Part of his own body.
Yeah.
And Cliff, I like how you're thinking. Fish.
And also, I just want to say thanks to the sun for letting algae grow in the water, because that's what I eat.
Okay, so you're finding some appreciation.
Yeah.
Okay. Finding some common gratitude. Okay. Cliff. That would be Andy. Calling Andy. Okay. Cliff. Did you hear what Fish proposed? How do you feel about that? He said perhaps if you allow wind to erode you, that means break a little bit more of you off. The wind could also help disperse seeds that could start new baby trees, because you said you want more trees. But he said it's a sacrifice. Sacrifice means giving up something. So you'd be giving up a little bit more of your volume. You said you also want to get bigger. You wouldn't get bigger, you would get smaller. What do you think about that?
It's a deal, but I think it might hurt me.
But it sounds like a deal you'd like to consider.
Yes,
Why do you feel you want to?
because I'm being brave.
You're being brave. Would you be helping anyone if you had more trees on your landform?
Yes, so they have the fresh air up there.
Remember when Fish said that I am the problem for global warming and the sea rising? I already apologized, and you're saying it's my fault? How dare you? We're not friends.
Son, do you have something to say in return to Fish, who resists your notion that you've ever been friends?
Reality show now.
Okay.
What's that?
Okay. And son, as a moderator, I have a question. You said you feel blamed
Yes.
by Fish. So if it isn't you, if you aren't the cause of everything getting a little warmer and more ice melting, what is the cause?
humans.
Oh,
Because the pollution, and because it gets so hot, but not because of me. That like because if you drive a car, a bunch of gas gets in the air and it gets really hot, and then goes into the atmosphere, and then creates glaciers to fall off and mountain snow to melt, and then it makes the water go higher.
okay, so you're saying you're just doing sun as you've been doing it. You're just doing you. And it's the humans creating pollution that's causing the problem.
And you blame me, fish.